been a competitive cosplayer for...
Uh-oh.
How far ago was 2006?
Oh,
19 years.
There you go.
I've been a competitive cosplayer for 19 years. So a lot of the stuff comes around, and every once in a while there's an opinion, and I'm like, that's going to live rent-free in my head because it's wrong.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Delulu Canoe podcast. Woo-hoo. We are here today riding down the river rapids with a very special episode, which is no different than every episode. But it's special because we've got Cosmo from the Cosmo Show joining us.
Hey! How are you doing, Darren?
Oh, I'm so great.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
feeling good, feeling spooky.
Spooky season. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, we're actually in it right now.
That's right.
It's October right now.
Yes, this is October.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for, huh? Sorry, that's a deep cut. If anybody knows that movie, please leave it in the comments down below. Anyways.
Well, speaking of special episode, we're actually bringing you extra guests this month because we just wanted to spoil you all in the canoe. We love you. We appreciate you. This is me touching your face with my weird hand like that.
Hands. Spooky hands.
Spooky hands. But speaking of somebody spooky, we have joining us today Lucky Grim, aka Rachael.
Hey.
Which I'd say Grim is spooky. That's a spooky term.
It is. It's a stupid nickname I got in college, and it just kind of stuck. And it's real dumb. My advisor in undergrad was like, for such a lucky girl, you sure have a grim outlook on life.
Oh.
And I was in a sorority, so my sisters like took that and like rolled with it. And I'm like, well, that's my life now.
Nice.
We're here.
I like it though. It's very unique.
Yeah, and I've always been like spooky adjacent.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're spooky adjacent. I would say you're in the spook.
I'm as spookies.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm on the outside of the spooky bubble, but I just, like, stick my foot in there every once in a while, and I'm like, I'm in it.
I always feel every time we get, like, super spooky and get into it, you're just like, oh no, there's blood.
Yeah. I step really far away, and I'm like, oh, cute for you.
And I'm like, ooh, gore.
You're like, I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time coming having you on because we've known each other a very, very long time.
Yeah, since
like 4 years?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
You're kind of like my secret trick that people don't really know about. Like, in the best way. Like, that sounded really weird. Hear me out.
I'll take it.
Hear me out. Because, like, I think for a while, people actually thought I used to, like, make my really cool cosplays. And I've always done my part to, like, tag you, give you your credit, but people used to not read my captions.
Oh, people don't read.
Yeah, like at all.
Like they even ask me, like, oh, who made your costume? And I'm like, I do this for a living.
You're like, me.
Like, I have a master's degree in this. Like, me.
Pulls out degree. Actually.
I'm like,
just has it on hand framed.
It is framed in my office.
Which is good. And like, should be. You're like, see this cool thing that I did?
I paid so much for this.
Yeah, the debt. Let's not talk about the debt. But I actually met you because a friend referred me to you to like help kind of glam up one of my pageant outfits. And I just remember it being a very brief interaction. It was kind of a drive-by. I was like, skirt,
well, because
here it is.
We were still in like COVID.
Yes, that's what it was.
We're still in like a weird, and I was still living like half here, half back in Boston, and I was back and forth, and we definitely did do a drive-by of, here's a dress, and I'm like, ooh, okay, and then a couple weeks later, I'm like, here's a dress.
Yep,
take it.
And then I don't remember what happened after that, but all of a sudden it was just like anytime I needed a thing, I would just be like, hey, what are you doing right now? Do you want some money?
And I'm like, you're cute, yes.
You're like, yes, you respect my boundaries, and you're a nice human, and you give me credit. What do you want?
Yes, I will do this.
Yeah. So it all started from just, someone reaching out saying, like, I got somebody who can help you out with it. And you've really, like, helped build a lot of, like, iconic looks in my arsenal. So I appreciate you so much for that.
You let me get weird with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, like... so Daryl will be like, hey, I have this outfit. What can be done with it? And I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So ruffles and rhinestones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's usually like I'll kind of come up with like the direction I want to go, but I'll usually have like 6 different options. I'm like, do you think this would look good or this or that? And then by the time it comes back, it's even more amazing than I thought.
A lot of people don't understand because like I am a professional costume designer for film. That's my day job. And when it comes to doing costumes, you need to be put into a box. You need to be given parameters, because if you're just left on a plane on your own, you're just going to get lost and be that cat that's lost in a living room and crying. But it's great because like we work very symbiotically, because you're like, here's my wish list. And I'm like, okay, here's what is practically available. And let me see how weird I get at 2 a.m. when I can't sleep.
It's the best time to create.
Yeah. When all the rest of the world is sleeping, you're in the shadows creating.
I have a very well lit office because I'm blind.
Oh no, really?
Oh yeah. So people are like, oh yeah, we're just gonna keep the lights low. And I'm like, oh no, I'm low light blind.
Oh no.
That's the thing they don't tell you about when you get like super pale blue eyes when you're born with them. Is like you get slowly more and more blind as you go. And I'm just like, I have these giant LEDs in my workroom, and my roommate goes in there and she's like, oh God, am I gonna get a tan? And I'm like, that. Maybe.
You were like, maybe, but I can see.
But I can see this tiny, tiny rhinestone.
What do you do on set then? Do you wear like a headlamp?
So I do. So I have epilepsy, so I have to be very cognizant on set, and I have special glasses I wear that like filter out any like lights everywhere have microstrobing. So I wear contact lenses that filter it out, and then I have glasses that help me basically even out the lights from the super bright to the super dark, and that helps a lot.
Wow.
And then when I'm actively trying to make something on set, good luck everybody else. It's as soon as they're like, can you just do this on set? I'm like, you know what? You get what you get. Like this is a conversation 2 weeks ago you should have had.
Ugh, I can't even imagine. That's gotta be a weird double-edged sword where it's like you need enough light to be able to see, but also you're like sensitive to the light because you could have a seizure.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I had to. I'm in my mid-40s. Like I've had time to figure it out, and bless all my friends that are just very cognizant. And I'm like, I will let you know.
Oh, I should have warned you before you came in here.
Oh, no, these are fine. No, the lights in here are fine.
Okay, good.
Like, I specifically wear contact lenses, and I've had surgeries on my eyes to help filter out. So, like, regular everyday lights, perfectly fine now. It's mostly like when I'm on set and they're like, we're going to have a strobe. And I'm like, okay, so this is an email you probably should have filled out last night at least. Dang. But they make glasses for us now that, like, help out. And then, people will come into my office and see me with this headgear that has I look like a Ghostbuster. I want to say when I have this thing on, because it's magnifying glasses that like make my eyes look like big old bug eyes, and there's a giant light that comes down, and I'm sitting there working on like the tiniest hand sewing or embroidery, and they're just like, oh, and I'm like, no. This is normal.
You're like, don't you knock?
I'm like, well, first off, what are you doing in my house?
Yeah.
Second, mind your business.
Yeah. Okay, I love that like visual. I hope you have a selfie that we can insert.
I think I do somewhere of me and my mom wearing them at the same time because she does cross stitch.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there working on something and she's over there with cross stitch, and we both looked up at the same time.
Amazing.
And we're like,
what? What do you want? Well, a lot of our guests that come on the show actually just talk about like typical things about themselves on a lot of other podcasts. And I'm not sure if you've done a lot of podcasting, but this question is still relevant to you in the sense that like we tend to talk about the same things over and over again, even in life. And I was just wondering if there's anything this week that sort of struck to you or like really stood out to you and made you feel a little bit like delusional. So
I'm really entrenched into the cosplay world.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a competitive cosplayer for
Uh-oh.
how far ago was 2006?
Oh,
19 years.
There you go.
I've been a competitive cosplayer for 19 years. So a lot of the stuff comes around, and every once in a while there's an opinion, and I'm like, that's going to live rent free in my head because it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to have a lot of outspoken opinions, but I'm the person who just says the thing.
I think that's good. We need people like that.
Life's too short. Just say the thing.
Yeah.
As long as you're not going to hurt anybody,
For sure.
but say the thing. So yeah, no, I've been like paying attention to a lot of like weird cosplay contest discourse and cosplay world issues, and I'm like, or you could just not. You could just be happy.
That's tough for people.
It is. It's a
tough
lot.
just to be happy, especially in competition spaces. I will always give extra gratitude and like extra space for people to be upset when they don't win.
Yeah.
Because like you don't enter a competition and not hope in the slightest bit that you'll win. So I try to be kind about that. But there's been a lot of all over the place discourse on competitions lately.
Yeah, maybe it's people finally coming out of the COVID cave. I'm not sure. So I've been a judge on the regular since 2013. So I've seen a lot. I'm not new.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people coming out and being like, "Oh, needlework shouldn't win. Only armor should win. Oh, they only won because they're pretty, or they only won because they knew somebody." And I'm like, oh, sweet child, you're new.
You know what? You know what I like though. My favorite was I think it was the year that you performed. And Blue Beetle guy comes onto the stage, right? It was at LA Comic-Con.
I was a judge that year.
Yeah, and it was like it looked like he jumped off the movie set. But like everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's gonna win, hands down!" Right? That was his thing. That's what everyone was saying in the audience because my producer was recording some of that, and I'm just like, he probably didn't 3D print it itself. He probably didn't even make the file for it. He probably had somebody else do it, but no, that's not what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, he's not going to win. And somebody's like, are you kidding me? Do you see that, bro? I'm like, I see it, but, you know?
It's a very nuanced thing when it comes to competitions because I tell people you're never competing with the person you're standing in line with. You're competing against yourself.
Exactly.
You're always competing against the last thing you made or your current skill set. Because no matter who you are in the world, there's always going to be somebody better. That's just the nature of life. I'm now an award-winning costume designer for film. There's always going to be somebody better. And that's just the reality of nature. So I tell kiddos when they come into judging in competitions that don't think of the other people in the contest as your competition. They're your fellows. Because I've met my most best friends in the world competing with each other at contests. One of my best friends in the world, we met each other doing New York Comic-Con. And we met and got close because we were trying to share one AC vent backstage and not dying. He was in a Doctor Strange and I was in this giant, obnoxious ball gown. And we're just like, oh God, it's so hot back here. And then we've stayed really good friends for the last 10 years.
Oh, I love that.
And a lot of people look at cosplay competitions and think they're much more than they are. And I'm like, no, only in the past, like, I want to say I won New York I've won New York twice. I won it in 2011, which is my first national title. And then I won in 2016, which is my second national title.
Wow.
In 2016 and 2014 was the first year they did a cash prize ever. Like one of the very first competitions to ever do a cash prize. It was $1,000.
That's still a chunk of change. Yeah.
My costume for when I won was way more than that to make.
Really?
Yeah. And when I won New York, there were some discourse in 2016, we found out that it was just somebody with sour grapes going after the femmes who won.
Oh, jeez.
Because they were like, oh, a dress won. And I'm like, cool beans. So I felted and milled the entire hat, plus put animatronic lighting in it that goes off with the sound and the music. The entire thing was covered in goldwork embroidery, which is hand embroidery using 14 karat gold filament.
Wow.
And I had 17 underskirts.
Yes.
I had 17 underskirts, like full historic underpinnings. I hand tied the wig, custom did all my makeup. I had custom lenses.
Wow.
And they were like, oh, you just did it for the money. And I was like, cool, I won $1,500. This costume cost me about $5,000 to make.
Jeez.
And I
yeah.
but like it was worth it because it was like my pride and joy, and I have an adult paycheck and I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
And only now in the last, I want to say like 4 years, have big cash prizes, and it brings a lot of people out into the world where they want to like have a say. And I don't know if it's specifically fandom culture now where people think they have ownership over something because they're like a fan of it.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of what I like to call armchair judges in cosplay competitions where people will be like, oh, that was great. That looked amazing on stage. That should have won. What were you guys thinking? And I'm like, oh, home slice. You weren't in the judging room. Yeah. Like, it's a great costume, but not in the judging room.
It's such a unique thing being an audience member in the past and now actually knowing a lot of people that judge and actually know what to look for. It totally changes your perspective when, one, you know that there is a separate judging moment, whether it's like the day before, that morning. Like, they're not just judged on their performance on stage. If anything, I feel like that matters like the least.
So like being on stage, so I have a much different opinion than most people on this because I've judged overseas a lot. I've done EGX, I've done the Euro Cosplay Games, and I've done World Cosplay Summit as a judge.
That's really cool.
And it's a different world when it comes to outside of the US because the play part of cosplay is the true equalizer. Because I feel right now that costumes are how much money you put into it. Like, do you have the training? Do you have the tools? Do you have the cool new printer? Do you have the time? Do you have the job that facilitates this? But everybody is on an equal playing field when it comes to an open stage because it's just you and your insides. So I think the play part is the true last equalizer between everybody. But here in the States, it is usually just like a tiebreaker because you want to see how a costume moves. One too many times I've seen something I loved that I just absolutely loved. And I'm like, oh, high marks. They get on stage and they can't move. Something falls off or their electronics don't work because something happened. And I'm like, that is the 30 seconds where it has to go right. If it doesn't work, then it's a complete fail.
Shoot. Oh.
Because I look at it like I would my job, that if I work super hard and something looks really great, like backstage, but once I put it on camera and it fails, I failed my job.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Ooh.
Yeah, so never discount the being on stage part because that matters a lot. And a lot of people don't understand that the cosplay contest is one of the only events at a convention for fans, by fans, featuring fan-made content.
Oh.
And I tell this to basically all the groups I judge, and I tell them, like, hey, this is the only event that's featuring fan-made content for fans, by fans, produced by fans, because people don't know that most of the times costume contests are produced by outside people who are also cosplayers. So it's a fully fan-run event for fans by fans, featuring fans.
For most conventions, you'd say?
Almost every convention.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's a weird inside thing because when it comes to a lot of conventions, they'll contract out because the cosplay world is a very niche knowledge. And I've very thankful I've been hired by conventions to be their like Sherpa into the cosplay world, where I'm like, this is what this word means. No, you cannot do this. These rules are okay. These rules are not okay. And it's wild to see how it's changed since I started, where conventions really are working to honor cosplayers with their time and money.
Yeah. I had no idea that a lot of them, it was like by the fans to like put on these competitions. Like I know in certain cases, because obviously I know some people that run some of the conventions, but I didn't know that like the main like bubble of cosplay builders competitions is just run by somebody who just kind of goes, I volunteer as tribute and runs it, which kind of makes a lot of the discourse make sense because there's so many different opinions about builders competitions.
Yes.
And if they're all run by different people and there's not really like an association or like a corporate, I guess.
They kind of tried. Okay, so way back, once upon a time. So like the very first cosplay contest happened in WorldCon in New Jersey in the 70s.
New Jersey, okay.
Yeah. New Jersey. And
Jersey.
Jersey.
I'm a Midtown girl. And it was won by this really great guy in a Ming costume. And that was the first the cosplay contest. No judging, no anything, just go on stage. And that was kind of like the status quo for many years. But in the, I want to say, late 80s, early 90s, a bunch of cosplayers got together and created the International Costume Guild. And they basically made this giant list of acceptable and unacceptable rules in cosplay. And for a while, if you did not adhere to their rules and had their little stamp of approval, you were looked down on. But if you look at those rules now, they've never been updated. Like,
Gotcha.
They've looked at them a couple of times, but now it's just not feasible because they were really meant for like big fantasy conventions or anime conventions where a costume contest or masquerade is 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to one with Chrissy. I can't remember which one it was. It was a while back. She was like, I'm going to the masquerades. Like, yeah, I hear about these masquerades. I've never been.
Yeah.
Sitting there for like 4 hours because it's a whole thing. It's like an act. It's a show. There's like music. It's like TikTok, but live action. It's crazy.
But why is it that long? Just
okay. So here's the behind the scenes. So I did Anime Boston for many, many years. I was both a competitor starting in 2009, and then I was asked very politely not to compete anymore because I had won 3 years in a row. It was inappropriate. But I was going to grad school, so like I couldn't travel anywhere, and I was living in Boston at the time. So I became a judge, and I judged for 7 years for them.
Wow.
And it was a great symbiotic relationship because I lived like 20 minutes from where they had it. So great.
Nice.
Every year I would forget that is a 4 to 5 hour show, and we did pre-judging all day and then all day the day before. Because it would end up being like 50 to 60 craftsmen builders that entered, and then the same amount of skits. And skits are a minute to a minute and a half.
Jeez.
Of you gotta have an appreciation for cringe and just be there for the bit. And I am a sociopath for the bit. And like honestly, I've seen some of the funniest things in my life on that stage. And I've seen the most beautiful costumes in my life on that stage. But every year, without fail, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. And I'll sit down and be like, crap.
Why did I agree to this?
I don't have the attention span for this.
Yeah.
I'm sober.
Yeah, I've been to one, and I will never go to another. Sit down for another one again, but I watch them on YouTube. Just get to the highlights.
One year we got bamboozled, where we showed up and they're like, oh, by the way, we have a pre-show performance by this Japanese idol, and we're like, uh-huh. And the two other judges with me were really good friends of mine still. We're like, there's a lot of dudes here. There's a lot of dudes here with lights still. Oh no, it's an idol performance. And it was a surprise 30-minute idol performance, and all these dudes behind us were doing all of the like movements, and we're just going like, oh my god.
Like, we have to be here for so much longer.
You're like, you're so cute and so talented, but I swear I need a drink.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so good. I don't have the temperament for
it. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because like when it comes to those contests, you have two sets of judges. You have the craftsmanship judges, which is what I am, and then you have performance judges, and neither the twain shall meet.
I want to be one of those judges. That sounds like
you
my
would do
alley.
Really good. You do really good. And usually performance judges are just people that have acting experience or have won performance in the past.
Call me.
It's
long day though, but
it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I have never been paid.
Oh man. Ooh.
And they definitely stopped asking me when I was like, hey, so
money?
Money, please.
Money, please. And it was fine. I'd been there a little too long, and I was like, hey, you need to find out somebody else. I've overstayed a welcome.
Yeah, I mean,
you got tenure.
Yeah,
you outgrew, like
and I still love that show, and I still go every year just because it's like my home show.
Yeah,
and like I got a chance to actually compete there again 2 years ago.
Oh, cool!
And I didn't like compete. So a lot of large contests like that, where they have a lot of entries, you can apply to be an exhibition. Oh. So you can get up there and either do like an exhibition skit, so you're not being judged. You're just there to do a fun thing and then get your name out there. Yeah. And I did an exhibition for craftsmanship and just was like, I just want to show this off because I love you guys, and I worked really hard on this.
That's really cool that they allow like another chance for you to get up there and have it be fair. So that way you're not like competing against like,
Yeah, I would feel kind of like a jerk.
I mean, the fact that they asked you to like not compete anymore is pretty funny. They're like, girl, we know you good. We know.
Well, like that's about the time in like 2015, 2016 when the discussion of professionals started. Oh. Of like, should professionals be allowed to compete?
Like professional as in somebody who works in the industry at that job and is competing, right? Yes.
It was very ambiguous.
Okay.
It was, and once again, it's up to every convention to make their own rules. Like, there's no standard. Mm-hmm. It's just whomever's running it gets to write the rules. And some contests were like, you can't make more than 70% of your income based off costume making, or you can't be formally educated in craftsmanship. And I'm like, what? Well, I'm screwed.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, cosplay did went from just doing it for fun at your own time to like something professional now.
And this discourse started in the anime masquerade world. And that's when people started getting invited as cosplay guests. And I think it was, in my slightly Delulu opinion, jealousy.
Oh, interesting.
I think people were jealous that some people were getting invited as guests and being paid to be a cosplayer at a show and to teach classes. And they're like, well, that person shouldn't be able to compete now.
Oh,
ever.
Okay. Oh, ever.
Yeah,
okay, that's a strong word, but
yeah, and I'm like, well, okay, you're wrong, but it's your opinion. And I'm like, so when you compete in a craftsmanship in a builder contest, you're put into traditionally what level of experience you are. So a novice is a baby, journeyman is mid-tier, master is up there. And that is how almost all convention contests work, except building specific conventions like Costume Con, World Con, or Costume Institute. And they have a higher level called craftsmen. And those are the professionals, where you'll see people like me or like even Emmy-winning costume designers competing with each other. And those levels are put in place even in your local contest to make sure like a baby is not competing against someone who's been doing it for 25 years.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, somebody with their first sewing machine is not competing with somebody who owns an industrial machine. And it's a lot of people not really knowing the history of the cosplay world and just going in and being like, I have an opinion. And I'm like, cool. Here's some background research.
Yeah. I get that probably happens a lot on social media of people like complaining about certain individuals winning over others. And you're right, like, cool, you're allowed to have an opinion. But also if you don't know the history and you don't know how we got here, I think you really need to take some time to look into it, figure out like why are there the rules that there are. And
it's funny because people are like, oh, well, professional cosplayers are new. And I'm like, no. One of the very first people who was a professional cosplayer is Wendy Panini, and she was the very first Red Sonja cosplayer hired to be Red Sonja.
Wow.
In the very first Red Sonja release.
That's cool.
And to this day, she goes to Dragon Con.
Aww.
And she's wonderful.
Yeah.
I have photos of her when she first started and she started doing Red Sonja meetups. And I'm like, no, this isn't new. And when people were like, I want to say like in 2018, 2019, like having lots of opinions about scantily clad people in costumes. And I'm like, ooh, you would be scandalized by the like OG cosplayers in the 70s, just pasties and a merkin.
Yeah.
Like I have photos of a woman dressed as a sensual tribble.
Okay.
And just has pasties that were furry. And a tribble in a very specific place.
Okay, I love that. That's amazing.
And I'm like, it's just choose the show you want to go to.
Dragon Con.
Yeah, like Dragon Con.
Party Con.
Whatever works. But also like there are like San Diego Comic-Con. Like if you go and you get offended by seeing underboob, I'm sorry. You knew what you were signing up for.
Yeah.
Dude, somebody got offended by my friend back in the day, San Diego Comic-Con, Adrienne Curry.
Yeah.
She was the first next top model that won. She wore the Eon Flux, like an actual cartoon accurate, not Charlie Theron.
I remember that.
But like, and people were just like, no, this is too much. This is horrible. This is too revealing. This is blah blah blah. And she got kicked out of there. So,
whoa, she got kicked out?
For that outfit, yeah.
See, I had a viral moment at this San Diego because my Red Sonja, what had happened is it was fitted and it fit great, and then Little Miss Pyramid, if you know, happened, which makes sometimes the girls get a little bigger, and then I had a little bit more under girls showing, and I had so many comments on my reel, like, of people being like, this should not be allowed at San Diego, you should have been kicked out. And I had to kind of toot my own horn and be like, I was paid by the people that own the rights to Red Sonja to be there to promote their panel and their movies, so I couldn't just like excuse myself. Like I was paid to be there on the clock. So
well, also conventions have rules in place for this, and you do it is on the cosplayer to read those rules. Now the two biggest conventions in North America, San Diego and New York Comic-Con, are basically like good luck little buddy, except for
that's funny.
Except for Sunday, and Sunday is Kids Day.
Is that official?
Yes.
Okay, because I've heard it's official, unofficial.
So it is official that it is Kids Day, only because I ran into this problem. because I was asked to be a guest at a booth, and like I don't show a lot of skin because I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm covered in tattoos. I'm pretty much blasted. I also grew up in a very not skin friendly culture.
Oh.
So it's just I'm not comfortable at that time showing skin.
Mm-hmm.
So all my costumes were very covered up. But I was booked along with other people to work this booth, and we were there doing meet and greets and like meeting fans. And bless her heart, in the nicest way possible.
Uh-oh.
But nobody informed her, and I think this is on the booth, not really on her, because she wasn't from this country. She showed up Sunday, Kids Day, in a latex bikini for Harley Quinn.
Oh.
She had worn the same costume the previous 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine.
Hmm.
No muss, no fuss. Sunday, Kids Day. Usually, as those of us who run booths, because I run a booth now there, we're told, hey, Sunday's Kids Day. It has to be, please don't show nipple.
Yeah.
Kindly. It's button it up. She was asked to change.
Oh, okay.
By the convention.
Oh.
And there's been issues with a very famous convention on the East Coast, KatsuCon, where they got, it wasn't the convention, it was the hotel, where they started kicking people out for showing too much skin. And I had to sit there and explain to them that my friend I was there with taking photos of, I'm like, what you're seeing is not skin. This is a flesh bodysuit.
Oh.
And then she was dressed as the Major from A Ghost in the Shell. So it looked very revealing, but she had a full like flesh suit underneath that we had airbrushed to look like muscles and tattoos and veins.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't comprehend it.
Oh no.
And like that's not a dig on their like intelligence. That's just there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And they kicked her out.
Wow.
And I've been asked to change.
Really?
Yeah, because we did a Bible Black group.
Oh.
And if you don't know what Bible Black is, you have to turn your safe search off in order to get anything. And there were like 12 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We had whips and chains and everything. And this was at 11 p.m. at night.
Okay, yeah.
And apparently somebody knew what it was. And they're like, you have to leave.
Wow.
And we're just like, but the uniforms are really cute.
But don't we look good?
Just parts.
Wow.
And yeah, it's you just gotta read the rules.
Yeah.
And like choose your costume wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Like MegaCon, you can get away with pretty much anything.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. As somebody who worked there for many years, whatever. You paid for a badge. Thanks for coming.
Wow.
Yeah, and
it's the one in Florida, right?
Yeah, it's in Orlando.
Yeah, well, it's Florida. So.
That was my first convention.
Really?
Oh.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I brought in my stilts. I waited through the long line.
Oh, I remember that.
I like trucked them with me and had them like weapons checked because I didn't know that they're not considered weapons, so I should have been fine. But they still strapped them down and everything. It was great. So
yeah, it's just
that's interesting that they don't care.
Yeah, you just gotta plan it. Also, like bringing it back to competitions, Vampirella, not really for competition.
I mean, it's not a lot to build.
I know.
I mean, it's like, still impressive if you can make it. Ashlyn Day looking at you.
Oh, yeah, girl makes those things, and I'm like, you're like a factory for these things.
Honestly, I think she needs to start like a side hustle Etsy where it's just Vampirella.
It's just oops all vamps.
Oh,
And Jacqueline Goner with her Blood Rain. Not Blood Rain, Witchblade.
Witchblade,
yeah. It's I like to tell people like never look down on any type of costume, whether it's paid or whether it's bought, whether somebody made it for somebody, whether they made it themselves, because you don't know what goes into it unless you are a maker. And almost every maker will tell you skimpy costumes are almost harder to make because the margin for error is wild.
One thread.
Oops. Yeah, I've done when I was doing more skimpy costumes. I I am plus size. Nobody is surprised. Like I've eaten my fair share of Krispy Kreme in my life. Um,
Hey, yo, let's get some now.
oh, that sounds so good.
I know.
But it's a whole other level of how you have to think and how you make it. But if you talk to an actual maker, they're like, "Nah, that Red Sonja, that's you have to know physics. You have to know where things are gonna jiggle, and you have to have a lot of hope
Yeah.
and a lot of tape,
Yeah.
a lot of tape."
Like, speaking of Red Sonja, I'm glad we got on this topic.
Yeah. Tell us about Red Sonja.
I am a fan of the original one with Bridget Nielsen, right? Bridget Nielsen, whatever.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Brigitte, yes. She is what I pictured as Red Sonja. She's Amazonian.
Can I cuss on this?
Sure, yeah.
She's built like a brick shit house.
Exactly.
Oh,
but
let's go.
But proportioned in all the right places. And like, granted, her costume was not like the comic book in that movie. Now you read the comic book, and then you see this movie that's coming out now, and I'm thinking about something. I was like, yeah, an actress with big chests in that outfit would not work.
Oh yeah, and the stunts would be impossible.
Exactly.
There's no way. There's no way I could get away with that at all on a set.
But the other thing too is like the trailer reminds me of something from the '90s, like Mortal Kombat Annihilation status with the rock and roll, like a Kevin Sorbo kind of thing. So it's throwing me.
I think it was the same production team, honestly, because it was all done in New Zealand.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go. That makes a lot of sense now.
Because it's weird that people always gave like Red Sonja kind of some guff because she's scantily clad. She can't be a real hero, and I'm like, the single most awarded writer for Red Sonja was Gail Simone. She won, I believe, an Eisner when she was writing for Red Sonja.
Oh wow!
And like, Red Sonja has a history of women writers because, surprise, we like to look at boobs too.
Yeah, bet.
And like to see women kick ass, but also be supported. Yeah, it's once again, there's so much nuance a lot of people think they understand on the internet, and I'm like, nah, dog.
Yeah, it's interesting when you're on the flip side of it, and like, you want to respect that people have you're allowed to have an opinion. We will never say you are not allowed to have an opinion, but I don't know. I think sometimes instead of posting it on social media, you should just call a friend.
Like, that's the inside voice. It's an inside voice, or like, ask a maker.
Yeah,
like, you're like, the way the cosplay community has expanded, it's wild. Like, the art of sewing was dying less than 10 years ago.
Really?
Like, fashion schools were closing. Like, there's really only 3 like fashion schools left.
Wow.
2 in New York, 1 out here. And they were all closing up. So cosplay and I don't want to say the expansion of it, the expansion of nerddom, really brought sewing back to life, that now like mainstream universities are offering costume design and making classes again.
I love that. Like, it should. Like, I encourage anybody to like go and learn how to build something. Like, even if you're terrible at it, like, you'll find a medium that works for you.
I tell everybody, you have to suck really bad at something before you're like okay at it. You have to be okay at it before you're good at it. You have to be good at it before you're great at it. I still mess things up. Like, I still burn fabric. I still put in sleeves wrong. Like, the only way to learn with sewing and craftsmanship is do it wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta fuck around and find out. That's all there is. But with the expansion of cosplay into a slightly more wide stream, got a lot of armchair anthropologists. Got a lot of them out there. And I'm very proud of the people that I surround myself with, where they just don't pay any mind. Where they're like, that's cool. That's nice. I'm glad you're learning about it.
Yeah.
And
swipe away.
You're like, cool.
Cosplay's for fun, man.
Yeah.
Cosplay's all about having fun. If you want to choose a career that puts you into something like that, then yeah, I can understand. Go do their thing. But just leave everybody else alone and keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah, I think there are some competitions that do this, and I always feel like silly about it. But I do like when they do like audience choice.
Mm-hmm.
I love that
Because
though.
then it allows the people that have an opinion that are sad that their friend didn't win, it gives them a chance to like win something else. You know?
Yeah, I was part of the group that organized all the Fan Expo contests for many, many years. And we still always did so we did organizer and host choice. I was the host, and my counterpart, he was the organizer. But we always just listened to what the audience liked best and gave them our awards, because I've got 3 brain cells and it's all trying to get through this. And that's just kind of how we like honored people of like, thanks for coming. Like without you, we wouldn't have this job.
Yeah, my only gripe, because I know DragonCon did it this year in one of their competitions.
DragonCon is its own.
I know. They did it in one of their competitions where they did a audience favorite and they had people cheer for it, which I wasn't in the room. I saw it on the DragonCon TV. And my only gripe with that is that they only allowed it between people that had already been presented an award on stage. And I was like, but there's so many people backstage that leave with nothing when you could have like brought them all on stage and done it for everyone. But that's the only time I've seen it done that way.
I'm always a very big proponent of bringing everybody on stage and honoring them in some way, whether it's like a big round of applause or send them home with a certificate of like being a part of it. And before anybody says anything about like participation trophies, it's cosplay. Yeah. It's the fact that they had the chutzpah to just get up on stage in something they made. It's a lot. It's a lot for like, these kids are like 16 and 17 when they start. And I have competitors go all the way up to like in their 60s.
And it's scary getting on stage, like everybody looking at you. It's like, ooh.
I love it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we still love it, but like, imagine your first time getting up on stage. You know, like that's
I did
it can
that
be
once
intimidating
in front of like 200 people with a band playing, and I fucked up the lyrics to one of the songs we covered. I did them backwards, but it was a great feeling, and no one caught it. So except for me.
DragonCon is its own weird microcosm because they've been doing their thing for 30 years and they're gonna keep doing their thing, and I don't think anybody's gonna change that.
Yeah,
good for them. Cool. Once upon a time, they had skits for their masquerade because it was a different night, and if the skit wasn't performing well enough, they had a stormtrooper with a broom that would go behind them. And I'm like, oh, I could never get away with this anywhere else, but I wish I could do it.
Same here. That's Showtime at the Apollo.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
I love that.
Wow.
And you would be given like a minute to do whatever you wanted on stage, and if it wasn't performing
and if the
well,
crowd doesn't like it,
swept away.
Wow.
And that was my favorite thing, because like I did DragonCon from 2009 to 2013, then I took like a 10-year break. But we would post up in one of our friends' rooms and watch it, and it was so fun. I love DragonCon TV. There's always something on.
It's so great, but they need to turn up the volume. This is my 3rd year telling them, please turn up the volume. Like it's so quiet.
Some professional AV techs. And like okay, so once again, with conventions, most people don't know, is that it's run by fans. It's run by volunteers that are unpaid. And you get what you get. Sometimes you strike gold and you get an amazing person who's actually like a DJ or an AV tech that's going to run all of your like streaming rooms. Sometimes you get Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
Joey Bag of
Sometimes you get having to turn it up as loud as it can go, and they're still just talking like this.
Oh, God.
Congratulations on your epic win.
Also, I need DragonCon to do more than one channel because I want to see the competitions, not 8 hours of whatever you think professional wrestling is. Because it was bad. I was just late at night being like, I'm going to stay in and do a face mask because I worked all day. And I'm like, ooh, DragonCon TV. I can watch the costume contests.
I had a...
Just kaiju wrestling.
Oh, God. Yeah. I was supposed to go this year. If I went, I was supposed to... someone's going to introduce me to one of the guys that run that whole that's
the TV programming.
Not run the whole thing, but he's like, this is, I have people under me kind of thing. Because I was pitching my ideas like, you have a lot of content creators that come in there with their own YouTube channels or shows and whatnot. Why don't you,
Yeah, have them like Good Morning America, like come in and be like,
exactly.
hi, welcome to Dragon Con America, morning with Joey Bag of Donuts and beer. Like,
But I was supposed to get introduced with Mike from Props to History, and he said he went there and he talked to the guy, and he's like, he's done it before in the past or tried it and it failed. There's some guidelines. He's like, there's a lot of things that he doesn't want to like put into it, like thinking, I guess. He's like, if somebody else does it, then fine. I'm like, well, hell, I'll do it. Why not? But I have to meet the guy and talk to him.
So the first time I ever saw a cosplay contest streamed. Get this. This is gonna be wild. It was 2011, New York Comic Con. My team won Best in Craftsmanship.
Let's go.
Animatronic suit of armor before EVA foam and Warbler were invented.
Wow. Okay.
It was fiberglass, and I hated my whole life. I was the first woman to win a cosplay national award in a suit of armor.
Incredible.
But okay, so this contest, they're like, yeah, we're gonna live stream it, and I'm like, it is 2011. YouTube doesn't do that. It was on Gaia Online.
Oh my
gosh.
And I'm like,
I don't even know what that is.
That's old. Oh. That's done. It's
ask us later.
TLDR.
It's like it was after Neopets, but like before technology.
It got took out back and shot to death. That's what.
No.
No.
It still exists. Don't ask.
Oh, it's breathing.
So, and I was like, wait, what? And so now, in the year of Satan 2025, everybody thinks everything's going to be streamed. And I'm like, do you know how much effort that takes? Because for years, with all the Fan Expo, they're like, you guys are going to live stream it. And I'm like, I'm lucky if I'm wearing underwear. Like, we have to put all of these cats in line, and this isn't even a skit competition.
Oh, no.
And at the time, because like, for Fan Expo, we did what's called a Grand Prix, and I named it because I like F1.
Oh.
And we had all these contests all over North America, and then the finals were going to be in Toronto.
Wow.
That was fun. Organizing international travel for cosplayers, most of which who didn't even know you needed a passport to be a human. And that was really fun during certain elections.
Yikes. Yeah.
Oh
no.
I had to pull so many strings.
Jeez.
As a former military person. And so when they were like, oh, why aren't you going to stream this? And I was like, do you know what we've been through? I haven't slept in 48 hours.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I have deodorant on. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes in. Once again, almost all of this is volunteer to very low pay.
Yeah.
People don't understand it. Think like, oh, you guys are getting paid big bucks, and I'm like, nah, dog.
I would do it totally for free to be a correspondent at a con, just to be like going around like, what's going on the floor, and to put it in the other hotels surrounding it. Like San Diego Comic Con is a great example. You're surrounded by all the hotels, and most panels are in other hotels that are not in the convention. So why not have like, I'm pretty sure I could find other people. It's like, hey, you pay for a ticket. If the convention pays for the ticket for us to be there to live stream it on our YouTube channel, that it's like the internet, the Comic-Con international bullshit live stream thingamajigger, I'm pretty sure you can get more. You can get more out of it. I just thinking that's the direction they should go and think about.
So here's the devil's advocate for that, is most conventions are nonprofit. A good chunk of conventions are 501c nonprofit. And like, because I was with Anime Boston, and I never felt bad about like not. Okay, so Anime Boston was founded by Harvard's Anime Club in 2002.
Okay.
And it's part of the Harvard endowment, so they have money to run. So when COVID happened and they had to cancel 2 years in a row, cool. That's fine. They're safe. But they're a 501c network, so they have to adhere to a lot more stringent rules. So it is a very much, you cannot show too much skin.
Yeah.
Like they can have 18 and over programming, but they have to have security checking badges, doing things. They have to have a designated security force hired. They have metal detectors you have to go through. But also with that is they can't have unpaid labor, because in Massachusetts, there's no such thing as unpaid labor. So they get around that by doing, making sure everybody gets like food gift cards. So everybody's food is paid if you work for them.
Nice.
And that is how 90% of the conventions are. They're all 501c. So this myth that people who run cosplay contests are these big paid
making money. Yeah.
I'm like, no. I ran a small show in Kentucky, their costume contest, and I was like, pay for my room. Pay for my room and like 3 badges. That's it. Dang. I'm gold.
Well, I wish we had more time. We could keep you here for longer. And I'm definitely going to be bringing you back so we can do a Patreon. If you guys don't know, we do a Patreon for the show where if you're on the $10 tier, you get to ask our guests any questions you want. Appropriate questions. So be sure to check that out. Our $5 tier, you get access to all those extra videos. So be sure to go check us out on Patreon. We would love to see your support there. And Rachel, where can everybody find you on social media?
So I'm pretty much everywhere as @LuckyGrim on Facebook. Lucky Grim Creative, because that's the name of my costume studio. But yeah, Lucky Grim.
Be sure to check her out. Give her a follow. Cosmo, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Cosmo Network. The Cosmo Show is coming back in October this month, and it's going to be awesome. Whole new facelift. I'm not getting a facelift, but the show is, and it's going to be a great freaking episode. I can't wait. I just can't wait. That's where you can see me there. Find me there.
October is so much fun.
It is.
Thank you all so much for joining us in the canoe today. Hopefully it was spooky for you, but stay Delulu because it's the Salulu.
But wait, hold on.
What?
Which one are you in the canoe?
Oh, we haven't done that in a long time. Well, we do have to wrap this up because it's 6:00.
Yes. All right.
Bye, subscribe.
Bye.